Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. Springboks 45, Wales 12, frustratingly conceding a try in the last play of the game to concede our second try. But in the end, it was a game that the Boks were never going to lose. Maybe not the best performance from the Boks in terms of that second half, a little bit disjointed, wasn't maybe as powerful as we were in that first 20 minutes. I think credit to Wales, to be fair. I do think that they did respond. I think that first 20 minutes to half an hour, they effectively were passengers in the game. Couldn't get in the game and were absolutely nowhere. They came back in second half and were a lot better. I think that they, absorbed the pressure well. I thought they retained possession well. Whatever Warren Gatton said to him, at halftime obviously worked because they just looked like a much better side. And the Boks sometimes were just lacking a little bit in... the plan really for what we were trying to do. So look, 45 points to 12, a lot of tries being scored and really good work there. So job done as far as a Bok fan is concerned. But before we break the game down, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. 11 out of 13 wins for the Boks. We go undefeated in Europe for the first time in over a decade. So that sort of puts in perspective how good this end of year tour was. And I know we didn't get to play in Ireland, for example, or France, but France is the only team in the top 5-6 teams in the world we've not beaten this year. Ireland, yes. New Zealand, yes. Argentina, yes. Scotland, yes. England, yes. And Argentina, yes. So we've beaten everyone in the top 5-6 teams in the world except for France this year, who we didn't get to play. But in terms of this game, we started like a house on fire. Franco Mostert, by the way, a couple people doubting his long-term future after that broken leg. Well, he got in a man-of-the-match performance, and he went over in the 5th minute. A couple of nice breaks, and then a brilliant line being run by him. He goes over in the 5th minute. Jordan Hendrickson adds the extras. Eben Etzebeth then goes over 3 minutes later and says, no, you can't just have my one lock scoring tries. I'm going to have to keep my buddy company. He went over in the 8th minute and missed the conversion this time from Hendrickson. Before Curtly Arendse went in, a nice little preset move. A lot of space, some nice offloads. Long pass out wide to Curtly Arendse. A lot of space ahead of him. And he just stepped inside as he characteristically does. And, takes his try. This time, Jordan Henderson making no mistake. And then Albert Lowe went over in the 33rd minute. Again, just pressure. Scrum penalty was actually their scrum penalty. Jasper Wiese picks up and goes himself. Comes within inches of going over. Pick up and go from Albert Lowe. 26 points to 0 after 34 minutes. You're thinking surely 50 points is on the cards. Didn't quite get there in the end. To be fair to Wales, a very nice try from Rio Dyer just before half-time. Second half, we had tries from Apele Fassi. Good turn of pace. Nice awareness from Curtly Arendse just to draw the man in. Then pop it out to Fassi. We found a lot of space out wide, to be fair. And Stennekamp then went over in the 61st minute. Hendrickson went over for his try of his own, as well as then converting it, and another conversion for him in the 76th minute. And then right towards the end, we scored in the 76th minute, and then Wales managing to score through both of them in the 79th minute. It was deserved, to be fair. They had grown into the game a lot. Let's have a look at some of the stats, shall we, about where the game was sort of won and lost. Possession, 61% for the Boks, which is quite uncharacteristic for us. We don't often have 60% possession. We played 41% of the game in their 22. I mean, that's silly. So that's where I think the annoyance is. Maybe we put our possession, 41% of our possession came inside their 22. Territory 58%, so dominated that. Scrums, allowance by the way, 100%. They were worried last week, completely fixed this week. Scrum was 75%, but Wales scrum was 33%. That's how dominant we were. Every time we got a scrum, bang, penalty. 440 post-contact meters, 209 passes, 182 ball carries. That is 3 times, by the way, each of those stats are of Wales. 15 line breaks compared to 1. 2 turnovers, 1. Wales actually weren't terrible at the breakdown. They actually won quite a few turnovers, 8 turnovers in the end. The Welsh discipline in the first half was really, really poor. I think they conceded 9 penalties in the first half, so the Boks is 2. And tackles wide, we were asked to make 93. We missed 6. Tackle completion of 94%. So in theory, job done. Carries wise, Jasper Wiese 19, Apele Fassi was 16, Franco Mostert with 15. Tackles completed. Let's actually take a word here for 3 Welsh players, and I think these Welsh players are going to be very important moving forward. Jack Morgan completed 28 tackles. I mean, what an effort that is in a losing cause. James Bothan 22, Dewey Lake with 20, Christ Chunza with 20. All for all those players, they're actually promising futures really, and you kind of need to try and build Wales around those sort of players. But I was particularly impressed with Jack Morgan, who I thought had a really, really good game. Curtly answer 5 line breaks. I mean, he's just an absolute menace, isn't he? So good. Such a good skill set. So much pace. And you just don't want to be standing in front of him when he's got the ball at the end of the day. Him and Cheslin Colby, but particularly tonight, Curtly answer was very elusive, is the good way of putting it. Job done. Nice day from Cameron Harlequin. He lost the ball a couple of times, but carried nicely and tackled well. I thought it was a very assured second performance from Jordan Hendrickse, who I think missed just 2 kicks out of, 6 or 7 in the end, and got a try of his own. I think he tackled pretty well as well. I thought Jaden Hendrickse as well looked a lot better today. So not the perfect performance from the box, but a performance worthy of what's been a good year. And we now get to reset and do this all again in 6 months. And looking forward to what we're going to see next year. But before we do that, we've got to do our player ratings. So just going to get that all sorted in the background very quickly. I hope you guys have been voting on the player ratings, and you guys are ready to weigh in with your thoughts, because basically how it happens is I go and we look at some of the stats, for example. You guys have all cast your votes, giving each player a ranking between 1 and 10. Then I vote for my ranking, and then that gives us an even out average rating, basically, of where we all are together. So whatever, so if there's 10 votes, for example, and whatever the average is between the votes, that's what then gets shown on the screen over here. So I'm just making sure that that's all sorted. We are the winners of something, by the way. I'm not entirely sure. We've got a little trophy to win, to lift up. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Not just a test match. We got a trophy to lift up here. Here we go. Right, now I've got my player ratings ready to rumble very, very shortly. This is very, very wide. What are you doing? Bad. So the first thing before we get our player ratings, I need man of the match nominations. Franco Moster got the official man of the match, so we're going to have to throw him in. I'd be very surprised if we got the fair sport man of the match. Locks just don't seem to get the love. Who are the other nominations we are putting in for man of the match, people? What are we thinking here? Please give me your nominations for man of the match, and we're going to put a poll in, and then we'll award it towards the end. So where are we saying? So I'm seeing a Visa. I think that's a nomination for man of the match. Louis saying Jordan Hendrickse for man of the match. Who was your man of the match? Question mark. I'm going to put in Franco Mostert. He was the official man of the match. Has to be in there. I'm seeing Visa, Mostert, Jordan. That's 2 for Jordan, 2 for Visa as well. I like the Jordan Hendrickse shot. I thought he played well today. There's a couple of guys in the comments I'm going to have to go after, and I've just seen the hairstyle chat. So whenever I see somebody make any comment on anybody's ability based on their haircut, I think it says everything you need to know about their knowledge of the game. Sounds very harsh, but I think it's just dumb. So what else are we saying, people? Give me some nominations. Thomas said, Brett said Thomas Otoye had this opposition prop levitating in reverse. Yeah, he was. He was hammering them. Hammering. And what else have we got here, people? Give me some man of the match nominations. Proto Gaming, also Jordan Henderson. Yeah, well, Red Wolf, you're sitting there saying, what am I smoking? Everybody else is putting him in the man of the match thing. I'm not. But that's the 3rd nominations he's had. So he's going in. I need a 4th person here. Who else are we throwing in? Daniel says Thomas as well, huge effort. I don't mind the Thomas the Toy shout, to be fair, just because what he did at scrum time was barbaric. Absolutely barbaric. So I don't mind Thomas the Toy shout, to be perfectly honest. I'm happy to throw him in there. Marco says, "See, put on a good show." Everyone else going Frank. I'm going to put in Thomas the Toy. Why not? Why not? And also, I like the fact that these are not players who traditionally find themselves in man of the match polls. So I like that fact. So Franco Master, Jasper Visa, Jordan Hendricks said, Thomas the Toy are your man of the match nominations. Please give it to Frank. I'd actually, let me not influence it, but my boy Franco operating today. Right, let's get into the ratings, shall we? First up, we have got Thomas du Toit. What a game he had. And in terms of his stats, doesn't really show his scrummaging stats, but 2 carries, 5 tackles, but he actually, I think any sort of sign of a good tight head game is when they have to substitute their tight head, a loose heads game, when they have to substitute their tight head after 34 minutes because the man was abused. There's no other way of putting that. Unfortunately, it was his teammate as well that he abused. I'm gonna give Thomas 8 or 9. Let's go 8. Let's just pull the trick. 7.4 I think is very harsh actually. Maybe it's not so harsh, but I just think he was so good today. Jan Krobelaar, I thought he was relatively good actually. I thought he was pretty solid. I thought it was probably his best game. Again, playing against Wales, yes, etc. But 6 carries, 5 tackles. Lineouts 100%, so I thought he was pretty solid. I'm going to give him a 7. Happy to give him a 7. I thought he was, 7, cool. We're pretty aligned there. I thought he looked today like he was pretty settled, to be honest, which again, happens. You know, we throw in players throughout the year, and some of them duck to water. Some of them take a couple of games to get going. And I think today we saw Jan Krobelaar, who's been around the park, look settled in a Bok jersey. We saw Jordan Hendricks, who I think was just trying too much, to be honest. I think in that Wales game beginning of the year, or mid-year, we were trying far too much. And I think today he just started playing his natural game. He just calmed himself down, went to what he was good at, went back to basics, and I think that's where he found his success today, is he went back to what he's good at and wasn't just trying to make things happen for the sake of making things happen. So I was chuffed for him. Wilco Loeb scrummed very well. Wasn't massively present in the loose. He never really is. He's not really a player that gets around the park that much. But again, 7s, you got to give him a 7 for what I saw in the scrum. 8 actually could have been on the cards. Eben, well, I probably would have given him maybe. I mean, he only played 29 minutes. In those 29 minutes, he carried like an absolute demon. 3 defenders beats and a try. Usually, I'm probably saying a 7. You know, probably potentially go up to an 8 because he scored a try. So I have to give him an extra point for that 8. 7.6. I don't think overall I thought that Thomas Toy probably had a better game. Played longer, to be fair. But you also get that extra point for scoring a try. Franco Mostert. Franco Mostert. The man who took so long for everyone to start appreciating what he's about. And today, once again, showed his class. Absolute class. 13 carries from him, 12 tackles, the 1 missed tackle, 2 defenders beaten, 1 clean break, 30 meters gained, and a try. I'm going to have to give him a 9. It's not about what I want. It's a bit about what's fair. It's actually a quote from The Dark Knight, actually, the movie, if anybody's watched it. So I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was tremendous today. Top notch. 8.3. You guys were aligned. You people. Every now and again, when I lose my faith in humanity, I sometimes come for these player ratings, and I'm like, yeah, there we go. Although having said that, we are in early days. There still might be some we might disagree on. Sia, a bit of a quieter game on with ball in hand. Carried 1 nice carry, 7 carries, but should have scored a try, to be fair. But 8 tackles made, missed the consistency. I probably have to give him at least a 7, if not maybe an 8. Quietly brilliant today, I think. 7.6. Yeah, I don't mind going a bit low. He's been dominating ratings for me all year, but what a year he's had. Once again, unhappy at Racing. You know, comes back here, says, I'm all in South Africa. Falling on you guys, and puts an absolute steam on performance. Ulrich Lowe, again, looked really good today. 7 carries, 4 tackles, but maybe we need to get a bit more involved from a defensive point of view. Try as well. 7. I think 7.5. Yeah, there we go. That's probably about right for Ulrich Lowe. I thought 8's probably the feel like it's a bit high. He had a good game, but I think 8's a bit high. I want to reserve 8s for, your top class performers. Jasper 19 carries today, by the way. 19 carries, 69 meters, gained 2 passes, 3 defenders beaten, 6 tackles, 1 missed tackle. Human wrecking ball. Cameron Honeycomb played really well today, but this man is not going to give up that number 8 without a fight. He's absolutely brilliant, and he's going to be that competition. And at 7.8, the highest rating after Franco Masters. I don't mind that, actually. I don't mind that. I thought he was really... Actually, I could have given him an 8. Maybe I should have given him an 8. He's not going to just say, oh, cool, come and take that number 8 jersey. I don't mind. He will fight tooth and nail for it. He is a special ball carrier. He's so strong in the carry. I thought Jade Hendrickson was really, really slick today. One knock on, really, is probably the only thing I can maybe blame him for, but those tries were good awareness for all of them from him, and his service was generally good. He tackled really well and defended. He found space. I thought he went with the right options most of it, so I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was pretty good. 6.6. There just seems to be a weird hate about him. Again, anybody that starts commenting on his hair as that's got to do with anything it's a weird chat for me. A very, very weird chat. I thought he looked very composed today. I thought he looked much more like the player we kind of know he has. Kicked very well from the base of the ruck as well. Very contestable. We contested the kicks very well as well. Similarly, Jordan, I'm at an 8 for Jordan, to be honest. Wrong hand. So here we go. 71% kick success. So he missed 2, I think it was. He scored points-wise, by the way. Scored 15 points today. 88% tackle success. 7 tackles, 1 missed. 2 defenders beaten. 16 passes. A clean break. I thought he was accomplished there. I thought he looked very, very comfortable. You remember it was the second international game. And I don't care if it's against Wales. That was the second test at fly half. And I thought he took charge today. I was very happy with what I saw from him today. So I think that's quite low. I think there's a lot of people over there that just have a big agenda against the Hendricksons. And the problem is, people can't rate based on what they saw. People rate on what they've seen previously. But I don't think, as Rassie Erasmus, you're not going to sit there, you're going to sit there saying, well, maybe, could have gotten 1 or 2 more kicks. But they weren't easy kicks, for example. And I thought today was very good. Could you answer? Well, a bit of a live wire today. He was a bit out of it in the last couple of weeks, but today, 100% tackle success. Only had to make 2, to be fair. 82 meters gained, 6 defenders beaten, 2 try assists, a clean break, an offload, as well as a try himself. We have to be at an 8. In fact, he probably should have been man of the match. Yep, 8.1. Yep, you guys, we're there. We're there. This is looking relatively good. No, I think this is a bit harsh, but looking relatively good there. I'm going to do some of the comments before we move on. Brett said Jaden was actually much faster today, so anyone saying he was slow is biased. Yeah, he was. He was. And that Franco Master try, for example, very quick ball. The Evan Etzebeth try, very, very quick ball. If you're scoring tries in broken play where there are breakdowns, there has to be quick ball. It doesn't happen if you don't have quick ball. So the fact that we scored 3 tries from that shows you that that he was on it today. And I thought he was. He was very, very good. So I think, if you want to judge him against Scotland, fine, but that's not 2 weeks ago. Today, I was very happy with what I saw from Jaden. Bit of a quiet game from Damien Delendi. Somebody's saying today proving once again why he can't pass is the most mind-boggling analysis I've ever seen, because last week that try assist to Kesson Colby was brilliant from him. Tony Brown says he's actually the best passer in the squad. That's not me, by the way. It's Tony Brown. So you can take it up with him if you don't agree. But a bit of a quiet game today. I thought he defended pretty well. Even in a quiet game, his numbers read pretty well. I'll probably give him a solid 7. Nothing to complain for. JC Creel had a very strong game today. Made some very nice defensive reads and got to the breakdown quite nice and early. 6 defenders beaten. Another solid game. Giving my 2 centre 7s. 7.4. That's pretty bang on, to be fair. Kesson Colby, man was trying to get that World Player of the Year. Didn't quite manage to get a try. Looked for work, but didn't get as involved as we kind of get used to him. 7.7. I think that's a bit generous, to be honest. But I think he looked busy, but I don't think he was as effective as he often is. But you're allowed to have a game like that. Fussy, I thought, caught really well under the high ball. Didn't have to make a tackle. That's how you get away with it as a fullback, don't you? 5 defenders beaten, a try assist, a try of his own, 5 offloads. I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was really good tonight. I thought he was struggled last week, and I thought this week he bounced back really, really nicely. Off the bench, Malcolm Marks, the Lions for no issue. Going to give him a 7. Geo Seneca, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Came off the bench, scored a try. Vincent Koch, probably also give him a 7. 6.7. That's a bit strange. I don't know why people. I mean, like even last week, I don't think people rated his contribution nearly as high as he should have. Mark Verstappen had a bit of a quiet game. Didn't have much to do. Give him a standard 6. Is kind of where I'm at. Arcus Neyman actually played a lot longer than he probably meant to. 8 carries, 4 tackles. The lineup was good as well. Gonna give him a 7. 7.6. Cameron Honeycomb, first game for the Boks, 5 carries, 7 tackles, no missed tackles. He did lose the ball a couple of times. 2 defenders beaten, 11 meters gained, assured, I think is the word. And that's Arkia. Bad. Would I give him a 7? I can't actually remember. It's not really changing it. I'm going to give Cameron Honeycomb a 7 though. I thought he was nice and assured. 7.1, I think that's alright. Kubas Reinach, not much to do. Came on with 90 minutes to go. Didn't miss a tackle from his 1 tackle. Did get a try assist, so I'll bump that up to maybe a 7. Pretty solid, no issues there. Pollard similarly didn't have much to do, to be honest. Made 4 tackles, an offload. Yeah, quiet game. Didn't have much to do. I'll give him a 6. Maybe should have 7. 7.3. That's fine. Rassi Erasmus. Did Mr. Rassi get the team right? That is kind of what we judge this on. And an interesting one in terms of... It was a slightly rotated side in terms of some key players in different positions. So, for example, you've got your hooker was new. Your number 5 locker's back in, but they're very experienced. But an inexperienced hooker, an inexperienced 10. So, an inexperienced number 7 for Albert Lowe, for example, in terms of starting. So, a couple of key players were new in playing in an environment where they were set up to succeed, which I really liked about that. You know, I think sometimes we are guilty of making too many changes, and you see what happened with Jordan Henderson playing in a settled team today, how much better he looked. And that's why, you know, you want to give people chances, but not for the sake of it. Not for the sake of it. You've got to be a lot better at identifying when you give those players chances, and not just throwing them out to the wolves, because they don't perform. And then they don't perform, and then we get angry that they don't perform, and you're going, well, you can't, as I said, set them up to perform. I'm trying to find a link to some stats, a couple more stats that we're looking at. But in general, I thought the team was pretty good, and pretty happy with what I saw from Rassi Erasmus. So I'm going to give him an 8. For the year, he probably gets a 9 out of 10. Love to have beaten Ireland, but it is what it is. We're going to have more time to talk about the season next year. Now we're just talking about the game. But in general, very happy. As a Bok fan, could we have been better today? Yeah, sure. Were we great this year? Yes, we were. Are we continue to be considered the best team in the world? Correct. Are we the best team in the world? Currently, yes. And so I can't have too many complaints at all. I'm going to send you over, by the way, to the New Zealand versus Italy game, which starts very shortly. Starts at about 10 minutes, I think it is. Should be a lot of fun, actually. So, last couple of comments. Brett says Cock gave away 2 dumb penalties. I don't think... one, I think. The other one, I think, was a bit harsh. But maybe that's why it's gone a little bit down. R43V3N. It's a nice name to be able to say. Says that Fussy was average. Zach says, how does Chesney get a higher score than Fussy? I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just give you guys the platform. So what you guys do with this is up to you. I just give it to you, the people, and how you guys choose to use it is completely up to you. So yes, people are gonna wrap it up there. That was our last Springbok player ratings. We're gonna do a whole. I don't know how to do it, to be honest, because you know you'd think that doing a year playing rating show would be easy. We had 52 players. You have to break this down. I don't know how we're going to break it down. I don't know if we're going to break it down into props, hookers, front row union, locks. I mean, what do we do Jan Henry Vessel that? Is he a prop? Is he a hooker? You know, what am I putting? What was I going to say? Nope, I've lost it. Completely lost it. It's gone. It's left me. it tells you it's time for me just to sign off. When I start losing it, it's time to sign off. People, thank you very much for joining me. It's been great fun as always throughout the year for the year of Springbok oh, true, actually, 51 players. Klein never played. Ugh. Moment of silence for John Klein because I was so excited to watch him today. So you make a good point. You do make a good point. But it's been a fantastic year of Springbok watch-alongs. We've hit some big numbers as we've come to expect with such a great, audience with you guys. And we're on the road to 85,000 subscribers, getting close to that 83,000 by the end of the day, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll see you guys all over the course of the weekend. We do have 3 more watch-alongs, so still plenty to go through and watch this weekend. As mentioned as well, the Rusty Russell's press conference coming up, the Warren Gatland press conference coming up, 2 completely different press conferences. Imagine, Rusty, you're the best team in the world right now. You know, you lost 2 games. One was against Ireland, one was against Argentina, who, proven to be quite good. Life's good, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Alternation series undefeated. Drop goal against Ireland. Should have won that. We won the rugby championship. Mr. Warren Gatland, you basically haven't won a game in the calendar year. How do you feel? And I was like, oh, fucking shit, mate. So it's going to be so interesting to see the difference between the split screen between those two. Because Rusty Russ was going to be very relaxed in his press conference and Warren Gatland's busy looking at retirement homes. Poor lad. But we'll have both those up a little bit later, as well as interviews, I'm sure, from probably my guest will be Jordan Hendricks and Cameron